Hi, my name is Courtney Austin. This PowerPoint focuses on conducting research on a vulnerable population. What is ethics? Ethics is based on well-founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do, usually in terms of rights, obligations, benefits to society, fairness, or specific virtues. But how does this apply to research? Research, as we all know, is vital to the advancement of healthcare practices and disease management. However, how do we ensure that the participants involved in these research studies are safe, especially when the participants are from a vulnerable population, like, for instance, the intellectually impaired? This population may not have the wherewithal to understand the risks versus benefits that may occur if they were to participate, making it crucial that a standard of ethics is maintained through the entire research process. This ensures their patient safety. There are several definitions available for the term vulnerable population. The words simply imply the disadvantaged segment of the community requiring utmost care, specific ancillary considerations, and augmented protections in research. The degree in which a person is intellectually impaired varies from person to person. Different causing factors contribute to this as well. They also may be in the care of someone else, therefore their free will may be jeopardized or completely gone. One may enter a research study with no real understanding of the consequences they may face. They also may have poor safety awareness, which may result in harm being done to them. Their willingness to please others may influence their input into the study as well, therefore threatening the validity of that study. Nursing has a reputation as one of the most trustworthy jobs, meaning the public trusts that we have their best interests at heart and will always be in their corner advocating for them, which is why healthcare professionals respect our opinions and value our input on patient-related matters. However, with reputation comes great responsibility. The ability to influence patient care outcomes depends on a variety of forces, each of which the nurse must consider in order to influence care outcomes in an ethically appropriate manner. The nurse does this by embodying 6 ethical principles: justice, beneficence, non-maleficence, accountability, fidelity, autonomy, and veracity. Justice is fairness. Nurses must be fair when they distribute care, for example, among the patients in the group of patients they are taking care of. Care must be fairly, justly, and equitably distributed among a group of patients. Beneficence is doing good and the right thing for the patient. Non-maleficence is doing no harm. As stated in the historical Hippocratic Oath, harm may be intentional or unintentional. Accountability is accepting responsibility for one's own actions. Nurses are accountable for their nursing care and other actions. They must accept all the professional and personal consequences that occur as a result of their actions. Fidelity is keeping one's promise. The nurse must be faithful and true to their professional promises and responsibilities by providing high quality self-care in a competent manner. Autonomy and patient self-determination are upheld when the nurse accepts the client as a unique person who has the innate right to have their own opinions, perspectives, values, and beliefs. Nurses encourage patients to make their own decision without any judgment or coercion from the nurse. The patient has the right to reject or accept all treatments. Veracity is being completely truthful with patients. Nurses must not withhold the whole truth from clients, even when it may lead to patient distress. By understanding and using these principles, the nurse is better equipped to help those in need, especially those within a vulnerable population who are more likely to need it. Research done with members of a vulnerable population should be done so with a pre-established mindset that extra care and caution should be taken. The nurse should be doing mental checks with every action taken to ensure that it is beneficial to the patient and will not hinder or harm them in any way. The ethical principles that nurses follow is found within the Code of Ethics. Established by the American Nursing Association, the Code of Ethics is made up of 9 provisions. Provisions that apply to caring for those that are intellectually challenged are provisions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Provision 1 states, the nurse practices with compassion and respect for the inherent dignity, worth, and unique attributes of each person. Provision 2, the nurse's primary commitment is to the patient, whether an individual, family, group, community, or population. Provision 3, the nurse promotes, advocates for, and protects the rights, health, and safety of the patient. Provision 4 states, the nurse has authority, accountability, and responsibility for nursing practice. makes decisions, and takes action consistent with the obligation to promote health and to provide optimal care. Although all 9 provisions probably apply in one way or another when caring for any patient, provisions 1 through 4 directly impact the care of a vulnerable patient. Research done with members of a vulnerable population should be done so with a pre-established mindset. The extra care and caution should be taken. Individuals who become nurses, as well as the professional organizations that represent them, are expected not only to adhere to the values, moral norms, and ideas of the profession, but also to embrace them as a part of what it means to be a nurse. In this day and age, it is easy to get caught up and lose sight of your own moral standards. However, as nurses, we have a responsibility to ourselves and our patients. We must adhere to the code of ethics and uphold our reputation as the most trusted profession. This is a list of my references. Thank you.